y'all, welcome back to my channel and give it up for today's video. Top 3 skincare products in every category. Now, I've seen this video everywhere on beauty YouTube in terms of makeup products in every makeup category, but I haven't really seen it for skincare. So let's make this a fun little tag, shall we? If you are a creator, I implore you to make one of these videos too, because everyone uses skincare and everyone has different skin and different things that work for them. And I just know that the more of us that make this video, the more value it will add for our viewers. And I add an extra challenge on top of this tag, which is to film it with a bare face. I know. You can wear brow gel, mascara, like tinted lip balm, you know, whatever you need to do, but the skin, leave it bare. And you don't really have to do that, like it's up to you, it's your video, but it would just add something to the video, don't you think? So my edition is specifically for acne prone skin because I am familiar with acne. I'm gonna throw up a picture here of what my skin used to look like not that long ago, and you can kind of see how far I've come, because a lot of people will look at my skin and be like, why are you giving me any skincare advice? I understand where they're coming from. Over the years, I have found so many products that work for my skin, so I wanted to share them with y'all. None of the products that I have included into my top 3s for these categories are sponsored, but I do have a sponsor to introduce a new product that launched today. Just introduce it to y'all. Again, not included in any of my top 3s because firstly, it just launched, so I haven't used it long enough to honestly know if it would fit into one of my top 3s, but it looks very promising. So that product and the first part of this video is sponsored by Hero Cosmetics to announce their new Pore Release Blackhead Clearing Solution. It is a 2% BHA exfoliating toner, y'all. If you haven't heard of Hero Cosmetics, I don't know where you've been, but they are most known for their pimple patches, of which I've purchased several boxes. I am a fan because they're effective skincare and they're pretty affordable, y'all. Like this toner that just came out today is a 100 ml bottle in a glass bottle, might I say, for $19.99. I already said it's a 2% BHA exfoliating toner. There's one of those in this video, by the way. We all know who she is, but she also has AHA and PHA and lotus water and aloe leaf water. Use this with moderation, by the way, 1 to 3 times a week. It is an exfoliating toner. Be smart about it. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the packaging of this? The shape, the component, the coloring. It looks like aftershave, or it looks kind of like cologne, like a cologne bottle. Anyways, I'm so happy to be firstly sponsored by Hero Cosmetics. What? And then secondly, be announcing this product for y'all because having more accessible skincare is important. They also gave me a code SallyPore for 15% off the entire website. And the brand is already so cheap. And I also want to note that all of the products I'm talking about today are drugstore price except for Paula's Choice. There are a few Paula's Choice products in here, and those are the most expensive. And that's very much not the worst it can get. So other than the Paula's Choice, everything else is pretty drugstore price range, which we love. I got y'all. Okay, now let's go into the meat of the video, and the categories that I included are cleansers, all cleansers, including first and second cleanse. So cleansers, toners or essences, serums or treatment products, moisturizers, and sunscreen. And I do have wildcard. Wildcard is the 6th category, but there are 5 main meaty categories that I included for acne prone skin. I thought about like face oils as a category, but I honestly am not so like dedicated to a certain face oil, let alone 3, to have a whole category for that. But other creators, if you want to include face oils, that's totally fine. Okay, first let's start off with cleansers. And like I said, this includes first and second cleanse for me. Again, if you're doing this yourself, you can choose to do oil cleansers as its own category and then like water-based cleansers as its own category. But there's really only one oil-based cleanser that is a favorite of mine, and that is the Paula's Choice Omega Plus Complex Cleansing Balm. The reason I love this is the packaging. That's gonna be a theme among some of the ones that I picked because honestly right now, y'all, the skincare market is pretty saturated and it's only gonna get more and more saturated, and there are a ton of effective products out there. And a lot of times packaging just provides like that extra little thing that another product doesn't provide. So the packaging I'm speaking is that it is a twisty tube for a cleansing balm. And I love that because usually balms come in jars, and I hate getting my fingers into cleansing balm jars, especially in the shower. And then it's just, it just gets so gross by the time you're at the end of that product. Whereas in a wonderful squeezy tube like this, you don't have that issue. It's so clean. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and then next I have a couple water-based cleansers or second cleanses. First, I'm gonna talk about the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. In this video, you're gonna see like multiple Vanicream and Paula's Choice products. They just work. They work well. That's it. Non-irritating, very gentle, very effective, very dependable cleanser. And secondly, I have a cleanser with an active ingredient. That is the Dermalogica Clear Start Breakout Clearing Foaming Wash. This is a salicylic acid facial cleanser. And sometimes, you know, when I'm not using a salicylic acid treatment product, like a leave-on product, I just like using a cleanser because it's like not on the skin for as long, meaning that your skin has less exposure to the active ingredient to cause irritation or damage the skin barrier. And this is another one that I picked for packaging because can we appreciate, especially in the shower? Dermalogica is an expensive brand, but this is like their Clear Start sub line. And this 6 fluid ounce cleanser is $19.50 on Sephora's website. So pretty good. Or maybe it's Ulta. I forget who sells this. By the way, I have a couple pimple patches on my face. I hope that doesn't mess with the whole like bare face thing because I would have worn these regardless. And y'all, I'm on my period right now. And my breakouts this go round are no joke. Like there are some people who are like, oh my God, like my pimple looks like Mount Fuji. And it's like a 2 millimeter red spot. This one, like in particular, is true Wicked Witch of the West. Like I turn my head and you see Mount Fuji. It is so bad. But so regardless, I would have had a patch on it to keep myself from picking because that's a really bad habit of mine. Don't do that. Those are cleansers. Let's go into toners and essences. And I don't know if it's the Korean in me speaking, but I love toners and essences. They have kind of been like equal to me in terms of serums and treatments because a lot of toners and essences now have amazing ingredients that deliver the actives or the highlighted ingredients in a way that is so lightweight but consistent because a toner is so easy to put on. And anyways, well, whatever. I'm not here to talk about my love of toners. I will show you the 3 that I picked for this video though. Firstly, she's an icon, she's a legend, the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. And like similarly to the Hero Cosmetics one, whatever, if you need a BHA exfoliant, you need a BHA exfoliant in your routine, whether it's the Paula's Choice one, which is the most like well-known and popular, I guess, but there are several. There's this one, there's that Hero Cosmetics ones I mentioned. Peach Slices also has one that's affordable, but for me, I need a BHA in my routine somewhere, and I like it as a toner. The other 2 toners I want to introduce are both affordable and they're both Korean. So first I'll talk about the Peach Slices Snail Rescue Blemish Busting Toner. It has 95% snail mucin concentrate, and snail mucin, we all know the CosRx, like, I don't even remember the name. We all know the CosRx snail mucin, but this one is so much more pleasant to apply because it's a toner, which means it's thinner and it doesn't have that stringiness that the like CosRx one, it's splashing like water, right? So this one is just a lot more pleasant and less heavy to apply, a lot more lightweight as well, because sometimes the CosRx one can feel a little suffocating. Anyway, snail mucin, very healing for the skin barrier, and I assume that's what a lot of us need with acne, especially when we're using like a lot of the other products that I'm mentioning that have active ingredients. Oh, this also has 3 forms of hyaluronic acid and Centella asiatica extract. More of the calming, soothing kind of theme. Lastly, I have just a simple, pretty simple, hyaluronic acid toner from Dear Claire's. It's a supple preparation unscented toner. The one in the blue label is the unscented version. Oh, by the way, I'm uploading this on September 13th, which means September 14th is a day that this is half off on Ulta's website for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, which is very opportune, but that's not the reason I picked it. This is just a very pleasant hyaluronic acid toner. I mean, if you're gonna have a toner, you're gonna have a hyaluronic acid toner, and this is one that I quite like. Again, one that I've used a good amount, you can actually see. Doesn't it suck when you're watching all these like skincare videos and they hold up a product and then you're like, that's brand new, you have not used that product. I tried not to do that with my picks. So those are the toners, treatments, and serums. Firstly, I'm just gonna talk about, because I am a physician, I love evidence-based skincare, and there's nothing more evidence-based than, I'm gonna say tretinoin, but with the tretinoin, you need access to a physician and a prescription, this, that, and the other. So in terms of over-the-counter for accessibility, Differin Gel, it's 0.1% adapalene. This used to be prescription, but now it's available over the counter. And it is anti-aging, it is anti-acne, it helps heal and recover dark spots and hyperpigmentation. It just is the all in all. So everyone should have some sort of retinol or retinaldehyde and adapalene or tretinoin in their routine. And I truly believe that. Next product, it's another Paula's Choice. What can I say? I promise this is my last Paula's Choice. But I don't know, I just use their products. And this is like my second or third tube of the cleansing gel, and this is for sure my third tube of the azelaic acid, and I cannot even tell you how many of these I've gone through. So if I'm really sharing honestly what I use, it's these stuff. So the 10% azelaic acid booster with licorice, which is great for post-acne hyperpigmentation, and salicylic acid, which we all know. Azelaic acid is also a prescription medication, but you can get lower percentages over the counter. The prescription strength is like 15 to 20%, but there are lots of 10% formulations you can buy without a prescription. And azelaic acid is great for reducing redness in general, especially in rosacea, but also with post-acne hyperpigmentation. So clearly that's an interest of mine, given the other picks in my video. And this is just one that I go back to over and over again. I was thinking about including a vitamin C, but I'm not truly loyal to any vitamin C. I typically prefer L-ascorbic acids over like derivatives, but again, I'm not really loyal to any of them, so I didn't pick to include one in this video. But one ingredient that I always like having in my routine somewhere is a tranexamic acid. So I picked an affordable pick that this is actually completely empty. I had to pick it out of my empties bin to show y'all. This is a Good Molecules discoloration correcting serum. It has this form of tranexamic acid that they formulated that's like more penetratable through the skin or something. I don't really know about all of that. Pick any tranexamic acid you like, but this is just a good affordable option that I've gone through 2 bottles of so far. It's $12 for an ounce. Okay, now into moisturizers. These are the 3. I'll talk about this Clinique Moisture Surge. This is a giant like 4-ounce tub of it. It's the Clinique Moisture Surge 100-hour auto replenishing hydrator. So this is a gel cream that actually moisturizes your skin. Like how many times have us acne pro girls tried a gel cream and it leaves your skin tight? Like it did. Like what's even the point? So this is a moisturizer. It truly makes your skin feel moisturized. Even people with dry skin love this moisturizer. And I'm talking about the 100-hour one, not the 72-hour one. That's a completely different product. Not that one, this one. And Clinique is pretty affordable. Like it's mid-price range between high-end and between drugstore. You can find lots of deals on Clinique too. So this is one that I love. I got a 4-ounce tub of it. Another moisturizer I've purchased again and again and again. It's the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion, ultra lightweight. I don't know why I said lightweight like that. It's another gel cream, a little more on the cream side, I guess, than the gel side, but again, really lightweight and doesn't leave your face feeling tight. And one thing I love about this lotion is that the 4th ingredient is niacinamide. So that way when I'm putting on my moisturizer, it's like I have a niacinamide product in my routine that day. And it's just like another sneaky, consistent way to get niacinamide into my routine. Because otherwise, if I have a specific niacinamide serum or something, a lot of times I'll just forget. Okay, and last product is another Vanicream product. This is the Daily Facial Moisturizer. This is different from the lotion, which is in that like cylindrical, rounded pump. Not that one. That one's not very good, at least for my skin. This is the Daily Facial Moisturizer. So another affordable one. We love an affordable queen. It's 3 ounces for like, I don't even know, like $13 or something. And this is a lotion. So this is what I use at night usually, whereas the Clinique and the CeraVe are a little too lightweight for me to use at night with my tretinoin. So something more lotiony like this is good. And one thing I love about this is the texture is very like thin liquid. So it's a thin lotion and it's just ultra soothing and slick, and it feels so good. It also has hyaluronic acid and ceramides. We love some ceramides for some barrier repair. So super dependable. I recommend you give it a shot, and it's pretty affordable, so you don't really have much to lose if you end up not liking it. But again, similar to the cleanser over here, everything in it is soothing, so I can't really imagine it not working for anyone. So those are the moisturizers that I picked. Okay, last true category I have, and then after that I have 2 wild card picks. But sunscreen, y'all. I cannot tell you how many sunscreens I own. It's kind of embarrassing, but here are my top 3 picks, which is all you care about, right? Are y'all still here? If you're here, you better subscribe, man. That means you like me enough to stick through this whole video, which means you like me enough to subscribe, okay? And also give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. First product, which is also my number 1 right now, my number 1 favorite, so much so that in that cabinet over there, I've purchased 4 boxes of this to give to my sister, my mom, my sister-in-law, and my husband. So, you know I'm serious about this. This is the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotic Sunscreen. SPF 50, PA++++, which is the highest level. And it just has a completely unoffensive texture, like no scent, and is pleasant. A lot of us only really care about how a sunscreen feels and how much SPF it has, how much protection we get. And this kind of hits the max points for each of those. Next is another Korean sunscreen that on social media has been going like head to head with the Beauty of Joseon. For me, Beauty of Joseon is the winner. I will tell you why, but I also really do enjoy the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. Again, SPF 50, PA++++. And these two feel very, very, very similar in terms of texture. They're both incredibly lightweight, very thin, almost a little cooling when you apply it. But the reason the Beauty of Joseon beat out Isntree for me is because one time I applied Isntree and it burned my eyes. It doesn't happen often, but it did happen that one time, and it's never happened with the Beauty of Joseon. So anyways, I do really enjoy this. I don't think you can go wrong with it either. It's a very hydrating sunscreen. A lot of people say they use this as a moisturizer in their sunscreen. I don't think it's quite lotion-y enough for that, but it does leave you dewier than the Beauty of Joseon does. So that's why Beauty of Joseon has another leg up on the Isntree to me. So both of these are amazing. I honestly think you should try both because they're so close, like they're so similar, but Beauty of Joseon just was a little less dewy and never burned my eyes. And I do have one American sunscreen to share with y'all that I've shared many, many, many times on my channel, and that is the Dermatology Broad Spectrum 45. This is a combination sunscreen with 12% zinc oxide and 7.5% octinoxate. It's just the most enjoyable texture, I guess, that I've had in American sunscreens. So this is like my 4th or 5th bottle of this sunscreen. I've used it a lot and I've talked about it a lot. All right, now I have just a couple wild cards. I was thinking of throwing a face oil in this category because, like I said, I'm not really committed to face oils enough to have 3 favorites, but I don't even really have one favorite. I'll just kind of use whatever. If my skin feels parched for some reason and I need like a face oil to help like keep everything in that I apply before it. But my 2 wild cards include a pimple patch and one of these like really thin cotton swipe on toner things. So first I'll talk about the pimple patch. I have the Zitsticka Goo Getters. The ones I'm wearing are actually also Zitsticka, but they're the Killa patches with all the little needles. But the Goo Getters are like plain surface hydrocolloid patches that are the suckiest pimple patches I've ever used. Not only are these the suckiest, but they're also very sticky. So don't you hate when you put on a pimple patch and then it just like slides right off and then you just wasted a pimple patch? That doesn't really happen with this one. I will just kind of sneak in here that this Mighty Patch Invisible Plus one is the most invisible pimple patch I've ever used. In my last video, I was wearing it and I mean, y'all can take a look and see if you can even see the pimple patch on my face. These are so invisible. And my last wild card is, okay, this is from Hero Cosmetics, but I swear they're only sponsoring the first minute and a half that I talked about that toner. This is a lifesaver. This is the Hero Cosmetics Lightning Swipe. It's a daily spot brightening pad, and the ingredient features of these include niacinamide and tranexamic acid. So I told you all that I like to have a tranexamic acid somewhere in my routine, and this is one of the products that is in my regular cycle. Plus, I like that it comes in this teeny little thin pad if I can get one out. Like these little, you know, thin pads, kind of like the First Aid Beauty exfoliating ones. One thing that I appreciate besides the ingredients about these pads is they are so saturated in the serum. Like there's so much serum. There is ne'er a dry pad in here. There was an Instagram post that Hero Cosmetics posted the other day, and it was like them squeezing out these pads. So much serum, I love it. Those were my skincare picks for all of my categories. Again, I kind of hope this turns into a tag. I'm saying that very non-committally because I'm a very small YouTube creator. And it's kind of embarrassing when you try for something and it doesn't work right. I'm just kidding. It's not embarrassing to try. I don't want to put that message out there. It's kind of not what I stand for. Let's move on. For everyone who made it this far, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. You could have been doing anything in the whole wide world with your time and you chose to stick through it with me. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Remember that y'all are my treasure. Find the beauty in every day, but most importantly, be kind to yourselves, and I'll see you in my next video.